Hey guys, so Intuition here. This video is not introducing you to my new friend. I will do that today. But I wanted to update you guys. Had a phone call last night with Mr. Potential. He called, which I can't even hardly believe he called because guess what? When we broke up, he didn't even call. We broke up like over text message and voicemail because he refused to engage, and that I was just tired of it. And you know, he just had shoddy communication the whole relationship. But his problem was, well, we were supposed to be exclusive, so you cheated and you really hurt me because you're one of the only people that I love and I let into my life. And my thing was like, I hurt you. I said, but you were hurting me the whole time, just in little ways, and I think and pushing me away little by little by just not being consistent and not showing that you cared or were considerate of me. That's the thing that pushed me away. Because that's all I ever asked for, and that's the only thing I ever even complained about with him. And he knows that. So he's just like, well, I mean, basically like, how I am. Like, well, yeah, I do, and that's what I don't want anymore. I want somebody that considers my feelings enough to return a text message or acknowledge that I sent you a nice picture. Um, acknowledge the things that I do. You're already taking me for granted. We haven't even reached 9 months yet. So, no, I don't want this. So, listen, guys, like, he didn't even care enough to respond by phone when I was saying the things that I did. He's just like, well, think whatever you want to think. Because I didn't hear from him for 2 days. He's like, it was just 2 days, and I really was going through something mentally, and I just had to check out. And I'm just like, well, you could have told me, because I know people go through that because he does get depressed. So, and I knew that when I first met him, and I accepted that. And I was just like, when you ever feel those that way, just text me like, Shine, I'm really going through it right now. I don't want to talk. I'm gonna keep it to myself. I'm gonna read a book, whatever. Just tell me. I'm okay. And he couldn't even do that, y'all. And then what's funny was he left two messages last night, not one, two. And why is that significant? Because all this time he's like, I don't leave voicemail messages. So he refused to leave me a message, even though he knew it would help avoid a lot of trouble with me or drama. Because the signal where he is really bad. So sometimes he could call me and I wouldn't get it. Or I could call him and he wouldn't get it. So sometimes he would just text me like, hey, I can't get a call through. Call me. So I would call him. But, if I'm saying my problem with you is you don't communicate enough with me, why wouldn't you leave a message so I know that you called? Like he refused to do that just because he don't leave messages. This is the type of person that I was dealing with. But I was like, okay, fine, you don't leave messages, whatever. You know that I might not get your phone call. You know how I feel. I want you to call me every day, whatever like that. So then for me, it would be like a day went by, you didn't even check to see if I was still alive. But in actuality, he did call, but didn't leave a message because he don't leave messages. See, this is what I'm saying. It was just inconsiderate. So I'm dealing with this the whole relationship. So I know he's upset, and it was wrong for me to start having my option on the side and everything. But I didn't feel like I wasn't sure that Mr. Potential really was doing what he said he was doing because nothing really changed. Like, yeah, you said you wanted to be exclusive and stuff, but your communication didn't improve. You didn't step up like that. Even though you asked me, hey, let me prove it to you, you didn't prove it. And yeah, I mean, I feel kind of bad about it, but it's like now you call. I was like, did you see the video I made? He said, yes. That's why he called. I'm like, but you couldn't even call me when we broke up. It was over text and voicemail message, most of which came from me. Because I kept trying to call and he wouldn't answer because he was just like, well, I felt like you were attacking me, so I didn't answer. But you didn't even wish me a safe trip to Montego Bay either. So I was just like, it's just some immaturity and you're self-centered. And I understand that you be going through stuff mentally. So I just told him, and I told him this before, which I didn't even tell you. I'm like, maybe you shouldn't be in a relationship right now because you can't give somebody what they need, you know? But obviously he wants to be in a relationship. But like I said, he's not maintaining it. So I said, either I'm just not the right woman for you because you don't feel that you want to do what I think is basic maintenance, or it's just not time for you to be in a relationship because you can't give what you need to give. Either way, you gotta acknowledge whatever the issue is. But yeah, so I feel kind of bad about that because I really thought that he didn't care. The way he acted toward me, it to me it was like I don't care either way. Cause like I said, when I said, look, forget it, let's just go our separate ways and stuff. He like, well, think what you want to think. I am thinking what I want to think, and you don't care enough to try to change what I think. So that's why it was over. I was like, fine, it's over. Um, and then he come back with all that, and I'm just like, but this was almost 2 weeks ago. And now you call me because of this video, you feel some type of way about the fact that I was seeing somebody else for a month before we broke up. My advice is this, and I told him this last night. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I do apologize about the hurt that I caused you, but you were hurting me little by little along the way. Every time you didn't think it was important to return my text message or my phone call, or when I sent you a picture, it's no, you don't acknowledge it for days. Little stuff like that was little hurt. I was like, those tiny little hurts add up and push me away from you. Just keep putting bricks in the wall. And eventually somebody else got my attention. I think nobody had my attention before. But I was tired of complaining about not receiving enough attention from you. And if you thought that you was giving me enough, which I don't know how because that's not my complaint about. And he said that people have complained about that before. So if that's just you, then you're not the type of person for me because that's not what I like. I like a guy who's attentive, and I'm not talking about smothering attentive, but at least considerate enough to converse with me and don't just end the conversation. And like it was just crazy, you guys. Like so, I really gave him chance after chance after chance because I believe he does love me and stuff, but it's just not in him to maintain that relationship. So I don't want it, and that's it. So anyway, like I said, I feel bad because I didn't really think he cared that much because he really didn't show he cared enough throughout the relationship to do little stuff. So yeah, I was shocked last night about that. But it is what it is, and I guess we can't turn back the hands of time. But I tried to talk to him, regardless of whether he felt like I was attacking him or he still should have just stood up and said what he had to say, or said, "Look, I'm going through something right now." Like just say it. That's what we're here for, to communicate with each other. But whatever. That's it. I gotta run. It's almost 8:30. Thanks for tuning in. I promise tonight the video with the new guy will be coming up, and maybe we'll talk about that, like how we met and how he ended up getting my attention and everything. And I hate to say like stole me away because I wouldn't say that, but he was able to gain my attention because I wasn't getting attention from my boyfriend at the time. So, and I just one thing leads to another. Texting leads to talking leads to dating. So it's kind of what happened. All right, guys, love you. Thanks for subscribing, like and share. Peace. Oh, I know y'all gonna think I was wrong, but go ahead and put in there. Was I wrong or not? Was he wrong? At the end of the day, I told him, I said, look, I know I was wrong, but you have to acknowledge your part in this happening. And he's like, I do acknowledge that, but you should at least, said something or whatever. But what is there to say? When it don't seem like somebody really care, you know what I mean? But go ahead, put your comments down there. I know y'all, because y'all be going in on me. But anyway, bye.